nations all around the world and we're so excited to share their story with you today. Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication.
That was short.
Not just size and strength to take their place at the top of the ocean's food web. At the bottom are small animals.
I just remember the first part being a little longer.
The apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swim. High fly and powerful. You're going to see all of that and more. These behaviors contribute to an environment that is full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, and years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust and often allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit a doctor who will send your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh, it's much the same with our whales.
Today, you'll see the whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors strengthen social bonds and enable them to problem solve as a group. Working together as a team makes them the ocean's top predator. Scientifically, they're known as Orcinus orca, but they're more commonly referred to as killer whales. Here at SeaWorld, we know them as Katina, Milani, Malia, Trua, and Makayo, our killer whale family. Makayo is our youngest whale at 15 years old, and his mother Katina is our oldest, who this year celebrated her 49th birthday. She's also the matriarch or the leader of our pod. SeaWorld's annual training techniques creates a language between us and the whales. It's a language of learning through positive reinforcement, encouragement, commitment, and care. Through these techniques and our relationships, the whales learn to trust us. They even learn to take an active role in their very own health and well-being. One of the first husbandry or healthcare behaviors we train is a position in which collect a voluntary blood sample. The whales learn to roll ventrally or upside down and present us with their tail tubes that you see Truro demonstrating right here in the center. Now, not only does this give us a fantastic view of his entire body, but it also gives us access to blood vessels that can easily be seen on the white underside of his tail tubes. Our veterinarians will collect a sample at least once a month, and the whales are trained to remain calm and relaxed throughout the entire procedure. Now, as trainers, we're constantly rubbing down and massaging the whales, whether it's on their backs, their bellies, pectoral livers, or even on those tail tubes. The whales have very sensitive skin, so this is just one way that we can reward them for being calm during a procedure like this. But it's another great way that we can strengthen our relationships with them. Now, collecting a blood sample is just one way to make sure our whales are staying healthy. Another important diagnostic is weighing the whales. We can weigh our whales by asking them to slide their bodies up and on to a giant killer whale size scale located in another habitat. In just a moment, Kyle will demonstrate this right here in the center. And you'll notice that a portion of his body from his dorsal fin all the way down to his toes remain in the water. This is called the peduncle. It's the powerhouse of the killer whale. Very muscular and very heavy. In fact, natural athletic behavior in all killer whales is the ability to lift that portion with such force that they can turn completely before re-entering the water. So if we want to make sure we're getting an accurate weight on Makayo, we can simply ask him to lift his tail up and out of the water. Training this posture ensures accuracy. That way we can make sure our younger whales are growing properly and our older whales maintain a healthy weight.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital. We surprise and engage with our whales every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt. For the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales and for us.
So we just learned that killer whales love to play. They actually learn a lot by playing. They learn through mimicry and observational learning. From a young age, killer whales learn by playing games like Follow the Leader with their will demonstrate this right here in the center, the behavior called the back. So when you see him, give him a great big killer whale cheer.
You almost hit the concrete.
This is called a breach. You're going to extend your left arm out to your side. And when I say go, you're going to bring it down to your thigh and back up to the sky. Ready, set, go. Awesome signal, everyone. So killer whales will breach for a variety of reasons, whether it's to scratch and itch, sun their prey, or even to show off. But more often than not, it's to let everyone know that they have arrived. So here comes the countdown. On the killer whales fracture has shed light on the many mysteries about these communities of animals. For example, we know that the gestation period of a pregnant killer whale is 17 months. That's information that would be impossible to obtain in the wild. Some information, however, will only be gained from field work. That's why SeaWorld teams up with research groups such as the Norwegian Orca Survey and NOAA in order to advance global education. We've learned that killer whales are powerful animals.
No natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal can be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will teach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create waves that knock animals like penguins or seals from ice cliffs. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with swipes of their tail fins.
So killer whales create waves when they hunt. They use their powerful tail fins to stun their prey. You're going to see a demonstration of this. For our whales, it's a high-energy exercise session. But for all of you, it means it's time to get wet.
They're running away.
We hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.